All right. Welcome to another episode of Eat, Smoke, Drink. Today I am going to go through a closed distillery, single grain Scotch whiskey. Okay, single grain Scotch whiskey, Port Dundas, 21 years old. Okay, so this is Hogshead number 15673, Bladnoch Forum, 56.8%. So we had this at a Taste of History session, a closed grain distillery. Port Dundas was one of the biggest distilleries in Scotland. So, you know, Diageo owned them, and I think they decided they're redundant to their needs, and they focus all of their grain distilling at another place, Cameron Ridge or something like that, Cameron Ridge or something. So as you know, Diageo, they do a lot of blending and a lot of blended whiskey around the world. So most of the whiskies around the world, volume-wise, is actually blended whiskies, from Johnny Walker to cheaper brands. Some of them aren't even legally whiskey, probably. They're just alcohol with a bit of a whiskey flavor. Okay, so I have been to some countries where they sold whiskey or something similar, and it tastes like fucking Bigfoot's dick. It's just shit. But anyway, doesn't matter. I just believe in drink less, drink the best, because your liver can only tolerate so much. Let's start pouring this and let's sniff the shit out of this bitch. All right, let's do it. Okay, so I've got a sample bottle as usual because I don't want it to air out and get worn. I got the butt plug glass. Okay, let's get sniffing. Ooh, sickly sweet sugar. But you know what's weird about it? I'll tell you what's weird about it. It's pretty ballsy ABV, yeah, 56.8. Okay, stick with me here. New magazine print, brand new magazine print inside the bag. You know when magazines were still a thing, you go to a bookstore and you go and steal and shoplift one of those nudie mags, stuck in the bag. You open it up and you're like, it's all fresh. That shit's fresh. Also, this might be a weird thing. I'm not sure who has had this experience, but when I was little, you used to get little tubes and a little straw attached to it. And what you do, you squeeze out the tube and you put it around the straw and you go, and it makes a bubble, okay? It makes a bubble. And it's that chemical resin in that bubble, like almost like contact glue. I know that sounds weird and obscure, but that's what I'm getting. Oh, chalk. Oh, wow, this very, very ballsy nose. Menthol, mint, hot stainless steel, should I say. Whew, but the nose is sharp. Lemon juice. Whew, man, the nose is sharp. It is stingy, it's sharp, it is ballsy. Ooh, that is a big nose, but not getting much else in there. I'm trying to draw something out, but I can't. There's nothing left in there that I can really, really highlight. Sickly coconut, vanilla essence, like a cheap vanilla essence. Not your nice paste, but vanilla essence. You know, your 50-cent supermarket vanilla essence. Now it's breathed a little, there's a little floral nature to it. Can't put my finger on what kind of... Okay, I got it. I know this sounds fucking weird, but onion flower. I'll tell you why. Someone a long time ago gave us honey from an onion blossom, okay? That's what I'm getting. Whew. Definitely has that. Whew. Well, let's get sipping. Let's get sipping this motherfucker. Oh, it's a grain whiskey, all right. Sweet. Sweet and a bit like a wet cardboard. There is a nuttiness to it, like a toasted hazelnut. Very sweet, very, very sweet and sugary. There is a new make aftertaste in that whiskey. There's a bitterness. Very, very new make-ish. Very, very new make-ish. But the body is ballsy, okay? It's slightly oily. It's quite robust. But it is relatively two-dimensional. There's nothing in this that jumps out at me and goes, wow, that is compelling. But I can see why you have to produce millions of liters of it, okay? It adds body, it adds texture, and it adds oomph to a blended whiskey, okay? I can easily see that this would make up 60 to 70% of a blended whiskey. Ooh, grapefruit pith, lemon peel, lemon juice. There's a herbaceousness to it, a greenness to it. I can't put my finger on it. An unripe kiwi. I'm gonna be honest with you. Look, I'm gonna be honest. It's not really a good sipper. I mean, I'm not getting a huge amount of complexity, a huge amount of interest factor in there. This is bottled, and we are drinking this really, I think, in my opinion, purely because it is a closed distillery. But it doesn't, I mean, if I never had to drink this again, I wouldn't be sad. I mean, it's not really that good. I think it's pretty boring, pretty two-dimensional. You get a lot of new make and a lot of that new make bitterness right in the back palate. The front end and the medium is really quite robust, but really it's not that nice. But it has a lingering finish though, which is quite interesting. So obviously this is quite a heavy spirit, but honestly, it tastes like shit. I mean, honestly, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I wouldn't want to go back to this whiskey. I wouldn't want to drink it again. I just don't care for it. I don't think that you should either. I mean, you know, we had this purely for interest's sake, but it is boring as shit. Look, it's a no from me. You know, red buzzer. Is it red buzzer? You know, like, yeah, like Scotland's Got Talent type shit. And this has no talent. This is definitely a filler. This is definitely a filling spirit. Nothing that I would commit horrendous crimes against humanity for. Anyway, until next time, make sure you eat, smoke, drink. Cheers.